Pinch roller on this 144 transport is actually okay, but let's say for argument you've got a replacement and you want to replace it. Let's see how we go about getting this pinch roller arm off. I don't know how this is going to go. In the past I tried to replace one of these, and the method that I have for getting that pin out on a 244 didn't seem to work. I'll have a go at it and see how we get on. So remove this E-clip here. That's going to allow that to come off, but it looks like this spring here needs to come off as well, so we'll remove the E-clip at the top of that post as well. I'm just using the corner of a flathead screwdriver for that. Before I take that off any further, let's note that it was the leftmost of those two holes that the bottom of that spring was going into. And obviously this longer arm is going into this hole at the base of the pinch roller arm. Yeah, I don't think that method of squeezing back and forth with pliers is going to work. You can actually see that it's narrower on one side than the other, the pin in the centre of this. It's sometime later. Hopefully that looks like I've kicked the shit out of it, because I have. I tried hammering it with the centre punch with this in the vise to try and get the pin out. And I thought of using this chain link tool for a bike chain to try and push the pin out. In order to get that to sit correctly in there, I cut the rubber, which was probably okay, off the centre of this. That didn't work. Eventually I ended up holding pliers like that and just prying it open with a screwdriver. So nothing I'm describing there is a recommended technique. Trying to use a rubber mallet to centre punch that out from the back while this was held in a vise would be fine, except basically this started to become misshapen. This metal is quite soft, and so when I was hitting with the hammer, it was really doing more to bend this than it was to push out this centre pin. So you can see that it's not a solid bar all the way through like on the 244. It's got this little indented bit. So the rearmost hole of this is smaller than the frontmost one. I'm sure I can bend this back into shape using a vise and pliers and all this kind of thing. The method for getting that rubber back on, I've made a video about replacing the rubber on the original brass core of a 244 pinch roller, so I can try to do that. But I think actually the kits that we're going to need to get to replace all the rubber in this transport come with a pinch roller anyway. I know that's going to be small on screen, but I hope you can see on the right is the 144 pinch roller, which I just removed. Here's the brass core from a 244. You can see that the holes are different sizes. What I found is that trying to put the pin from the 144 back into this 144 core is now more or less impossible. I think this has got bent in the process of me forcibly removing it. I've been able to more or less straighten up the pinch roller arm using a combination of two pairs of gripped pliers and a bench vise that I've got over yonder. We'll see if the kit that for the client comes with a pinch roller, then I will install that one. But here's my plan B. I've got a pretty good condition pinch roller taken from a junk Porta One. The pin for a Porta One pinch roller is the same width all the way through. So I've put the 144 pin through the Porta One pinch roller. The only thing I've had to do is I had to ream the rear hole a little bit wider using this jeweler's file. If I do end up installing this pinch roller, then I'll put a little bit of solder there on one side and a little bit of super glue on the other, and that should hold it in place. But yeah, unless you can think of a tool for removing the original pinch roller that I can't, and please leave that in the comments if you think of something, but otherwise be very wary of purchasing a 144 with a pinch roller problem or attempting to replace this. It's not easy.